Hello everyone, Jeff and Derek here with A Taste for Whiskey, and we are partnering with Indian Liquor Group. And this month, on the month of April, we're going to focus on some rye.
Fantastic ryes. There were so many good ryes hitting right now. We visited Hard Truth, which was, I mean, they're just fantastic. Everything they have going on there is just gold right now. A store pick from ILG from Creek.
Absolutely.
I mean, seriously, I've been waiting on this for a long time when I heard that this was coming our way. And Templeton 6-year instead of 4-year. And what else we got?
Well, we've got this Castle and Key that we're not going to be sampling, but the good news, Derek, is we've had such a great time these last few tastings. If you've shown up, we're actually going to do another right to purchase on this particular item, and that is if you show up, come out, hang out with us, enjoy these tastings, enjoy these products as we have. But at the end, we're going to draw, and some lucky winners are going to get a chance to purchase this product. And this is the new Castle and Key Batch 2 out of that great, it's the bourbon, and just a great distillery that's already doing great things even at a 4-year. So we're going to have these available at our tastings, so you don't want to miss that. But let's just kind of get right into this, and that is, what are we doing here? What are we going to try as far as what do these taste like? And the first of all, you're going to see reviews, being that we were already at Hard Truth. We've done some reviews, so please don't miss those reviews. It's going to get posted on the Sweet Mash Rye and the Indiana Straight Rye Whiskey. But we want to get right into the Templeton.
Yeah.
That is the 6-year, actually distilled in Indiana, so another Indiana rye that's actually shipped over to Iowa where they bottle it. So for this particular product, this is the product that I first kind of cut my teeth on, and that is this Templeton Rye. It was the 4-year. So this actually is kind of my first dive into the 6-year, Derek.
Well, with rye, I think at a younger age, it tastes older than what it is.
You can get away with a young rye, can't you?
Definitely. And 6-year is a good spot for a rye.
That's a great spot.
What are we in?
It's like
what's our proof?
91 and a half.
91 and a half?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that's a good spot too.
Absolutely. So let's just go in the nose on this, Derek, and see where this takes us. What are you getting?
Okay, well, it's candy.
Yeah, I agree with that. 2 extra years, I think the 4-year is fantastic, but this 6-year, I get more mint on the 4-year, whereas the 6-year, that mint's gone.
It's gone. Well, if I think about it, I can kind of try to find it.
It's but underneath, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not the dominant note in here. Gosh, that candy, and I don't get that dill either.
No dill.
So
maybe a little bit of an effervescence, kind of a bubbly note to it. It just says, "Try me."
Yeah. It's inviting.
It's very inviting. So let's try it.
Yeah.
Cheers, brother. Cheers. Boy, that's easy.
That does drink easy.
Man, what are you getting on the palate, Derek?
Well, there's a lot of good flavor packed in that there for 90 proof. Gosh, those candy notes are just definitely there.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like I'm getting like a pecan still.
There's a pecan there.
Like a more cooked.
Absolutely, which is weird. I would not expect that out of a Templeton Rye, but it's there. It's very much there. You get a spice in the back, kind of that rye kind of hits right here.
Yeah, it is kind of late.
Yeah,
it's not a long finish, but yeah, at the back of that, it's their rye spice.
It lets you know that it's a rye.
It does.
It lets you know that it's an Indiana rye. Whatever that means, it just lets you know we're familiar with Indiana ryes.
Yes,
that's really what it comes down to.
I've become a lot more familiar with them lately.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I'm becoming a big fan.
So I'm giving this a good rating, Derek. I mean, this actually is a lot better than the 4-year, and I have no problem having this on my shelf.
No, and this is under $50, right?
Oh yeah, the price point for this is excellent for sure. But speaking of price points and good rye whiskeys, we got to hit this Indiana Liquor Group store pick.
Yes, and you know, if you go to look for this, there's a lot of Knob Creeks out there. Indiana Liquor Group. Make sure you find that tag right there on the bottom.
And have they done anything that hasn't been good?
Everything's been good.
Everything's been fantastic. That's the good thing when you know the store and you know the store picks, you just know that everything's going to be good. And one of the things I'd like to point out for this is this was done and bottled in April of 2016, and then, or actually barreled in April of 2016, and then bottled in November of 2021. So we're just a little over 5 years on this. But here's the thing. Number one, it's Knob Creek. Number two, it's at 115 proof, non-chill filtered. So we know that we can get away with a little bit, you know, we don't have to have a 10-year rye. It might be over oaked, because for something like this, you know, they're a barely legal rye anyway.
Those are a lot of good boxes checked right there.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, so if you like bourbon, you know, this is going to be kind of your jam, because it's going to have a much lower rye content. It's going to have a heavy corn. It's obviously at least 51% rye, and then the next grain is going to be corn and then malted barley.
So you would expect this to, in a blind, would you know this was a rye?
That's the question. That's the question you need to tell us.
Yeah.
You know, when you show up. So Derek, what do you get on the nose on this?
Well, it doesn't jump out rye.
No, that's the thing. It's like Knob Creek. It kind of has those classic Knob Creek notes.
It does.
You know,
some peanut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would know this was a rye. If you gave this to me, I would not.
I get vanilla on the nose.
Vanilla, yeah.
Don't get any of that rye spice quite yet on the nose.
I still think I get candy also. Kind of different, but still that hard candy note.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I tell you, you know, let's go right into the tasting and see where this goes into the tasting.
Let's do it.
Cheers. So I'll tell you, in this particular product, the 115 proof is, you know, it's. I think 115 is right at that sweet spot.
I can't believe that's 115.
No,
really, that is
very sweet on the front. So what else are you getting?
Well, it's still finishing.
Yeah.
It's still finishing. You know that peanut, that kind of like a raisin note.
Yeah. That's exactly where.
But kind of mixed, almost like a trail mix.
Yeah, that's where I was hoping you're going to say that.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I'm at. It's kind of a trail mix in a glass.
Yeah.
You know, it's got so much going on. Well, you know, it's still developing.
It is
too.
still, yeah.
And the thing that I also like is there's a slight spice in the back. You know, it's not. If you're familiar with the Woodford rye that we did a few years back, this is kind of take that and amp it up.
The mullet rye.
The mullet. Absolutely. I feel like this is even more amped up than that. So, folks, I will tell you this: you're not going to want to miss these. As we always say, hit these tastings, check out the information in the comments, and we're going to have a great month. Cheers.
Cheers.